May 20th, 2013. Moore, Oklahoma, wakes to a sky heavy with threat. But by afternoon, an invisible force is gathering that will unleash more raw energy than a nuclear bomb. In the calm before chaos, forecasters issue dire warnings, yet nothing hints at the exact moment when a slim, twisting cloud will turn into a monster with winds near 210 miles per hour. Schools, homes, entire neighborhoods, obliterated in minutes. This is the true story behind the twister more powerful than a nuclear bomb. What makes a tornado become so violent, so fast, that even the best prepared city is left defenseless? The answer begins with what no one saw, until it was too late. Three ingredients come together on the plains of Oklahoma: energy, wind, and moisture. The first, called CAPE, convective available potential energy, measures how much fuel the atmosphere holds for storms to explode upward. On May 20th, 2013, CAPE values soar above 3,000 joules per kilogram, a sign the air is primed for violent updrafts. The second, wind shear, describes how winds change with height. At the surface, breezes drift gently from the south, but a mile up, winds whip from the west at highway speeds. This difference lets storms twist and organize, the recipe for a supercell. The third, moisture, streams in from the Gulf of Mexico, saturating the lower atmosphere. Dew points climb into the upper 60s, leaving the air thick and sticky. Forecasters at the National Weather Service in Norman watch these numbers build throughout the morning. Their models show the right mix: instability, turning winds, and deep humidity. By midday, the Storm Prediction Center draws a 10% risk zone for strong tornadoes right over central Oklahoma. This isn't just a random chance. It's a calculated warning based on experience and physics. Yet outside, neighborhoods in Moore look ordinary. Kids ride bikes, parents mow lawns, and the sky holds only a hint of haze. Underneath that calm, the atmosphere is loaded, waiting for a spark. When the cap, a warm layer aloft, finally breaks, storms will erupt with a force few can imagine. Everything needed for disaster is in place. Only the timing remains uncertain. The streets of Moore carry on as if nothing is brewing. Lawns are trimmed, garage doors stand open, and the air is thick but still. On Southwest 149th, a few cars glide past strip malls and playgrounds. There's no hint of panic, just the hum of a regular Oklahoma afternoon. But above these quiet neighborhoods, the sky starts to change. High up, a darkening mass begins to churn, nearly invisible at first, blending with the haze. Most residents go about their routines, unaware that the atmosphere overhead is quietly rearranging itself. To the west, a narrow funnel drops from the clouds, a thin, pale rope twisting in the distance, almost easy to miss. It's caught on video by a local storm enthusiast who's been tracking the sky since noon. The funnel dangles for a moment, then pulls back up, leaving only a faint swirl in the field below. On the footage, there's a sense of disbelief. The voice behind the camera is calm, almost uncertain. A few blocks away, sirens begin to wail, their sound bouncing between houses and storefronts. For the first time all day, the ordinary rhythm of Moore is interrupted. People pause, looking up at the clouds or glancing at their phones. Some head for their safe spots: interior closets, windowless bathrooms. Others step outside, searching the horizon. The warning is out, but the threat is still a rumor, a distant shape in the sky. In these first minutes, the tornado is more suggestion than reality. But the calm on the ground is starting to fray, and the first signs of trouble are now impossible to ignore. At 2:56 p.m., northwest of Newcastle, the tornado touches down. First as a skinny rope, pale against the clouds, spinning over open fields. In these first seconds, it's easy to mistake it for a harmless funnel, the kind that sometimes fizzles out before reaching anything important. But this one doesn't fade. Instead, the rope thickens, twisting faster, picking up speed as it drags across a patch of farmland. A local rancher, standing on his porch, watches fence posts snap and debris lift into the air. He later recalls the sudden drop in pressure, the way the wind seemed to pull the breath from his lungs. Within a minute, the tornado grows bolder, stretching wider, the base darkening as soil and grass are ripped from the ground. A pickup truck, idling at a gas station on the outskirts of town, rocks violently. The driver ducks behind the wheel, eyes fixed on a column of swirling dust that races toward the horizon. Sirens continue to wail, but now the sound is nearly drowned out by the low, rising roar, a freight train building speed. By the time the twister crosses Southwest 149th Street, it's no longer a rope. It's a living wall, chewing through sheds and barns, tossing fragments of wood and metal hundreds of yards. Video from a storm chaser, parked just south of the growing vortex, captures the moment when the tornado doubles in width, the sky behind it turning greenish-black. In the span of 2 minutes, the ordinary afternoon unravels. The tornado is on the ground, moving fast, and Moore lies directly in its path. Inside Plaza Towers Elementary, the familiar sound of the afternoon bell is replaced by the shriek of sirens. Teachers hurry their students from classrooms into interior hallways and bathrooms, following the plan drilled for days like this. There's no safe room, only cinder block walls and faith in routine. Children crouch along the baseboards, backs pressed to the wall, hands over their heads. Some teachers kneel, arms spread to shield as many as they can. Overhead, the building shudders. The roar grows louder, drowning out shouted instructions. Cell phones buzz with frantic messages. Parents waiting outside, teachers sending hurried texts, the last connection before the world goes dark. The tornado barrels toward the school, a mile-wide engine of wind and debris. In seconds, windows implode. The ceiling lifts, then collapses. Walls buckle and fall, pinning students and staff beneath concrete and steel. 7 children lose their lives in the collapse, their shelter offering no protection against the force above. Survivors describe the suffocating darkness, the crush of rubble, the sudden silence after the storm passes. For those trapped, time stretches and contracts. Minutes feel endless, punctuated by the distant sound of voices and sirens drawing near. Outside, the neighborhood is unrecognizable. Houses are reduced to splinters, cars tossed into tangled heaps. The tornado does not pause. It moves on, leaving behind a scar of flattened homes and a school forever changed. In the aftermath, stories will surface of teachers who used their own bodies as shields, of children pulled from the wreckage, and of families waiting for news that will never come. Rescuers pour into Moore before the dust even settles. Firefighters, police, and neighbors scramble over splintered beams and tangled wires, searching for signs of life in the chaos. At Plaza Towers Elementary, parents and first responders claw through concrete and twisted metal with bare hands, calling out for trapped children. FEMA urban search and rescue teams arrive within hours, bringing dogs and specialized equipment. But access roads are choked with debris. Volunteers form human chains, passing buckets and tools down the lines, working side by side with emergency crews. In the first 24 hours, more than 100 people are pulled from collapsed homes and schools. The toll is staggering. 24 lives lost, 377 injured, and over 1,150 homes erased. Through the night, floodlights reveal a landscape stripped bare, but the work does not stop. Every minute matters when hope hangs by a thread. Radar analysts at the National Weather Service and university labs begin to piece together what just happened. Mobile Doppler units, parked miles from the path, capture a signature that stands out even among violent storms. A sudden surge in wind known as the rear flank downdraft, or RFD, wraps around the tornado's base. This invisible shove of cold air slams into the circulation, tightening the vortex and sending wind speeds soaring. In less than 5 minutes, the tornado's winds spike to an estimated 200 to 210 miles per hour. The debris ball on radar grows wider and brighter, a sign that entire homes and trees are being shredded and lofted high above the ground. Forensic teams later matched these radar snapshots to the trail of destruction on the ground, confirming that the storm's explosive intensification wasn't just luck or chance. It was a perfect, violent alignment of atmospheric forces. On May 20, 2013, Moore, Oklahoma, faced winds reaching 210 miles per hour, matching the intensity of the most powerful tornadoes ever recorded. In just 39 minutes, the storm destroyed over 1,150 homes, damaged 2 elementary schools, and led to 24 confirmed deaths, including 7 children at Plaza Towers Elementary. Despite early warnings and advanced forecasting, the tornado's explosive intensification caught many by surprise. Experts continue to study why some storms, even when well predicted, can strengthen so rapidly and cause such devastation. While forensic analysis has explained much about the storm's wind patterns and rapid escalation, questions remain about how to further improve warning systems and structural safety. Today, Moore's experience stands as both a caution and a call to action, reinforcing the need for ongoing research, better preparedness, and resilient communities. The evidence from 2013 is clear. In tornado-prone regions, vigilance must be matched by innovation.